Hello, good afternoon, good evening, good morning, whatever time it is when you're joining us for this mindfulness moment. My name is Hannah Gruber, and I'm so happy to be here with you to just spend this little amount of time just to kind of clear our heads, take a little space, maybe even decompress a little bit from the workday or from whatever you've got going on. So if whenever you're ready, I'd like you just to join me. We're gonna just take our seat to begin with, and your comfortable seat can be a seat on the floor. You can sit on a cushion. You could also sit up in a chair. You could just sit at your desk chair if that works for you. I'm gonna start off sitting on the floor and sitting up on a cushion, just cross-legged. And just bring your hands down into your lap for a moment. Let your hands rest here. And we'll just close our eyes to begin. Just let your eyes close. And just let your mind kind of switch off from work mode, and let your mind switch over or transfer over or step over just into a little moment in your day, like a little pause in your day. And then once your eyes are closed, you're sitting comfortably in your chair, we're just going to begin a little bit of moving. Your eyes can be opened or closed for this. Just start to let your body rock from side to side. And then you can start to circle the chest and move the spine here. Just let your body begin to move a couple of circles in one direction. And then begin to move your body a few times in the other direction. And there's really no rules to this here. We're just moving our body, getting our body moving so that we can start to kind of shift and change our mind, how we feel. Give yourself just a little bit of space from your day and get your breath flowing. And then we're going to start to come in from that circle, start to bring yourself back into the center and just begin to shrug the shoulders up and roll the shoulders down. Lift them up and roll the shoulders down. And maybe the body wants to rock a little bit as you do this. Starting to feel your body. Maybe you're even just noticing what your body feels like for the first time today. Maybe you just rolled right out of bed and kind of went straight into work mode. So just feeling your body as you roll those shoulders, let that be nice and big. Maybe feel how the back and the neck are right now. Maybe it feels kind of tight in there. Notice what you feel. We're going to go the other way. Just shrug and roll the shoulders up and back a few times. And breathing. Notice your breathing. Maybe you aren't breathing, maybe you are concentrating and you are holding your breath. See if you can just start to let your breathing begin to flow or even pump in and out of your body. And then let your shoulders just start to settle here. We're going to bring our hands up to the shoulders and find just a tall spine. Lift up so the crown of your head is reaching towards the sky like an antenna. We're just going to begin to twist a little bit here from side to side. Easy arms, easy shoulders. Just begin to twist side to side. You can go fast here. You can go slow here. Just get things moving a little bit. You might start to feel your body warming up a little bit. You might start to feel different parts in your body kind of talking to you. Move slowly, move quickly, see what feels good. And then we're going to slow this down. Make your way back to the center. Clasp your hands together and then lift up your arms above your head. Press the palms of your hands towards the sky and just take a little stretch here. Inhale nice and full like a big balloon. Inflate the balloon as you inhale. And then exhale, release your left arm to the floor. Just take it to the seat of your chair if you're sitting in a chair or the floor. And then lean over to the right side. Just pausing here, we'll stretch the body out for a moment. We're going to inhale and just take your gaze or look up towards your right arm. Take a deep breath in here. And then exhale and turn your head now down. Look towards the floor. Maybe let the chin and the head drop. Let's do that one more time. Just inhale, lift your head up, look up towards that right arm, reaching overhead. And slowly exhale, look down towards the floor. And then just come all the way back up to the center. Clasp your fingers together. Again, you can kind of make a tight fist. This can be a moment like if you got a lot of stress, if you've ever held one of those stress balls, kind of squeeze your hands. You can even make a squinted face. And then exhale and lift up your arms, kind of like you're releasing a hose. You know, when you pinch a garden hose and all the water starts to flow, let the energy start to flow up through your spine. Take a deep breath in here. Fill up like a balloon, and then exhale, lower your right hand to the seat of the chair or the floor, and then lean over. Lean to the side and start to reach out with your left arm. You're like you're reaching over. Maybe your arm is reaching for a cookie. Maybe your arm is reaching over for a little treat, or just feeling the stretch in your body. We're going to inhale, take the gaze, look up. Exhale, turn your head and just gently look down towards the floor. Maybe drop the head a little bit. Inhale, lift the chin, look up. And exhaling, turn your head and look down. Inhale, come all the way back up again. You're going to bring your hands together again, clasp the fingers. And again, just kind of make a really tight fist. Really squeeze your hands in like you're creating a lot of compression, like you're squeezing and tightening things up. And then you're going to exhale and turn your palms forward this time, just to stretch out the fingers, to stretch out the wrists. One more time, let's lift up the arms overhead. Let the spine get tall, feel the chest opening, and then just start to lean side to side. A little balance play here, a little way to engage the core. Keep your arms lifted and maybe see if you want to lean a little bit farther. You might feel those core muscles engaging here. And then can you breathe? Are you holding your breath? If you are, that's fine. We all do it. Can you let that breath flow through your body? Bring in that mindfulness to how your body is responding and moving and acting. All right, and then your core might start to be feeling this a little bit. Feel that heat in your body. Lift all the way back up to center. Separate your hands. And then imagine raindrops on a window. Soften your elbows. Let your fingers and your hands relax. And just let your arms kind of fall down into your lap or down by your sides. Close your eyes for a moment. Just take a second or 5 seconds here. And just let everything get quiet. Maybe when your body quiets down, maybe you start to hear the chatter in your mind. So focus on your breath. We're going to take another inhale. Let the eyes open up. Float the arms overhead. Find that tall spine again and just energize your body. Can you reach up? Really focus your energy up, up, up. And then exhale, the left hand comes to the right leg. The right hand comes behind you for a twist. And just let your chest rise up here. Take a little twist to the side. Turn your head. Look over your right shoulder. Exhale, turn your head. Look over your left shoulder. Inhale, turn your head. Look to the right. Exhale, turn your head, look to the left. We're going to do that just 3 more times. Go at your own pace. If I'm a little too fast or a little too slow, listen to your body. Inhale, right. Exhale, look left. Inhale, look right. Exhale, looking to the left. And then take a big inhale. Lift up your arms, come back to the center like you released that hose. Let the water flow through your body, and then bend your elbows, soften your fingers. Let your arms release down. And this time, just drop your chin towards your chest. So your head is kind of dropping forward. And if it feels good, you can even take the arms a little bit forward and let the back of your spine and the back of your neck have a little release. Like you're dumping out a garbage can, just dumping out whatever your brain doesn't need here. And then inhale and start to lift up your head, start to lift up your arms, find that nice big tall stretch, focus and reach your energy up, up, up. And on your exhale, right hand comes to the left knee, left hand comes behind, twist. Looking with your head, turn your head to the left, inhale here, and exhale, look to the right. Moving with your breath, inhale, look to your left. Exhale, head turns to the right. We're going to do 5 all together. Can you move your head with your breath? Inhale, left. Exhale, right. Inhale, left. Exhale, right. Last time, inhale, left. Stay with your breath. Exhaling, right. Still in that twist, we're going to exhale and release. Release out of the twist. Lift the arms overhead. Take another big stretch up here, really focus energy, and then exhale, bend the elbows and see if you can let the hands almost melt like a stick of butter or like ice cream melting on a hot day. And then you're gonna lower your hands down to your legs and we're gonna come onto hands and knees onto the floor. And you can always do this from standing. If you don't wanna put your hands on the floor or your knees on the floor, you can stand with your hands at a wall or on your desk or on the seat of your chair. I'm gonna come to hands and knees. You could even cushion something underneath your knees, but start to move your body. On your inhale, round it back, find a little cat stretch. And on your exhale, go the other way, let your head lift, your tail lift. Inhale, cat pose, stretching the back out, exhaling to cow. And then just starting to move your body back and forth like this. Listening to your breath. And your breath is just this amazing force. It's always happening. Every time you aren't thinking about it, you are breathing. And then when you are thinking about it, you're also breathing. It's always happening. It's always flowing. And then you can start to maybe twist your body a little bit side to side. Swivel your hips and your head, left and right. Move a little more freely. Notice what feels good. Can you keep breathing as you move your body? Maybe you want to start to take the hips back, stretch the arms forward. Maybe you want to start to do just a little twist from side to side. Lift one arm, lift the other arm. Keep your breath flowing and keep your body moving. Cat and cow. Stretching, swiveling the hips. Part of this practice of mindfulness is just being in our body, listening to the cues from our body, noticing the sensations in our body, really beginning to feel all those sensations. The wonderful ones, the strange ones. All right, and then we're gonna take this down and just do a little relaxing pose. Put your elbows on the floor and just let your head start to drop down. If you're doing this with your hands on the table, you could put your elbows on the table or your elbows on the seat of the chair and just let your head begin to hang for a moment. And then maybe imagine that your back is like a hammock. And just let your chest and your ribs begin to drop a little bit here, like they're sinking down. And how much should your back or your chest drop? Any amount, just any amount that your body feels welcoming. Just explore that sensation of releasing or like a shedding or a melting. And then we're going to start to lift back up from here. Come back to your hands and your knees. If you're standing, we're going to make our way into a standing forward fold. If you're on your hands and your knees and you do downward facing dog, you can tuck your toes under and lift up your knees and hips and take a little stretch there. And then we're all going to bring our hands and our feet towards one another. If you're standing, you can start to bend forward. And if you were on the floor, you can start to come into a standing forward bend. And imagine that your body is like a rag doll. Just like a little, one of those little rag dolls that sits on the shelf and their arms are floppy and their head kind of falls to the side. Don't worry about how far should I stretch. Do what feels good to you and see if you can let your arms get a little looser and maybe begin to swing or sway your body from side to side like a swing. Did you ever do that when you were younger? Like go to the playground and get on the swing and just let your body move back and forth and side to side as much as you like. And then we're gonna just slow that down a little bit. Bring your hands onto the fronts of your legs and imagine that you're climbing a ladder or going upstairs. Walk your hands up your legs until your back and your chest are straight up and down. Always a good chance to adjust your clothing. And then we're just gonna kind of shake things out here. Shrug the shoulders a little bit. You can move the hips a little bit from side to side. And come to just a normal standing position. Your feet about hip width apart. And just let your arms hang by your sides. Take an inhale here. Start to lift up your arms, reaching them wide. And then spread your fingers open and start to bend your elbows. We're going to inhale and press the elbows towards one another. Elbows come together first, and then the hands. And then we're going to exhale and open the arms wide and just let the chest lift a little bit, like you're kind of pushing the chest forward. Inhale, bring the elbows together first. Hands can touch. Exhale, open the elbows wide. Lift the chest. You can even squeeze the shoulder blades together a little bit. Then inhale, elbows together. One more time like that. Open the arms. Let the chest lift up and then step your feet wide apart. We're going to keep the arms open like this or bring your hands down if you need a little rest. Reach your right arm overhead. Bring your left hand down onto your leg or onto your hip and just take a little side stretch here. Breathing. We're going to inhale, take the gaze up towards the right hand or the right arm. And exhale, take the head down towards the left foot or the left leg. One more time, inhale, look up towards the right arm. Maybe lift your chest up a little bit more. And then lifting, come all the way back up. Release your arms down by your sides. Shrug your shoulders. And maybe just kind of feel the difference between the two sides of the body. Right side probably feels somewhat different, like you just did something or you stretched. Take your arms back out to the sides. Turn the palms of your hands to face up. Bend your elbows. Now with legs wide, we're going to bring the elbows together. Touch the elbows first, then the hands if you can. And then exhaling, open the elbows. Squeeze your shoulder blades a little bit. So it's a little more engaged, a little more intense. Inhale, draw the elbows forward. Touch the elbows first, then the hands. Exhaling, open the elbows, squeeze the shoulder blades. One more time like that. Inhaling, elbows and hands. Exhaling, elbows wide, chest broad, shoulders squeezing. And then release your right hand down. Reach your left arm overhead. Start to lean to the right. Little standing side stretch. Legs are a little more active here. Kind of noticing, what's my energy like today? Is it high? Is it low? Is it medium? Maybe it's all over the place. Just kind of notice where you're at so you can check in and give your body what it needs. Inhale, take your gaze up. Look towards your left arm. And then exhale, take your gaze down towards your right foot. Stay with your breath. Inhale, look up again. Rising, come all the way back up and just let that left arm release down. Shrug your shoulders a couple times. Step your feet back together now. You're just gonna kind of march in place a little bit. March in place a little bit. And then see how much space you have wherever you are. We're gonna kind of step to the side and pull one knee up. And you can go quickly or you can make this just a little bit slower. It kind of feels like one of those 80s workouts, right? Like you can touch your opposite elbow to your opposite knee if you want to. See what your energy is like today. If this feels really good, you might want to like burn some energy. Maybe you've got a lot of energy when you're sitting and you're like, oh, I got to do something with this. Feel free to go faster. And maybe you just need like a little chill and you want to really take your time, like you're moving through mud, and really take this slowly. And then we're going to bring this kind of into a little more leg and hip opener. We're going to step to the side and just bend one knee, and you can kind of reach your arms to the sides like you're an inline skater. And then we're going to bend the opposite knee, straighten the opposite leg. And do a little twisting here. Start to go side to side. You can keep the arms really straight if that feels good to you, or you can kind of let the arms swing if you want more of that kind of flowy, loose energy. And take a couple more breaths here. The hips and the knees and the feet get so like exhausted just from sitting in our chairs, or maybe you're at a standing desk. Happens at those desks too. So we just want to wake those up. And then we're going to come back to the center. Start to slow that down, come back to the center. Just take your hands to your hips. Again, shrug your shoulders a couple times. And we're going to bring this into a standing forward bend. So take the shoulders back a little bit, lift the chest up, and then with a long spine, begin to reach your chest forward. And then lower your hands towards the floor or a chair or the wall. Your hands don't have to touch the floor. Your legs don't have to be straight. Be where you are. That mindfulness is just letting your body be where it is and learning how to give it what it needs to feel balanced. Bend your knees and then stretch your legs, straighten them. Bend your knees. And then stretch and straighten your legs. One more time, just bend the knees like you're coming into a really nice low squat. Drop your butt down, bring your hands up onto your legs. So you're in a nice low squat. You can keep your hands here, or if you want a little bit of a challenge, lift your arms back up into that cactus shape, that bent arm shape. We're going to inhale, straighten the legs and straighten the arms. You can touch the hands together. Exhale, bend the knees, bend the arms, coming back into that deep, wide squat. Inhale, straighten the arms, straighten the legs, maybe get a little taller, and exhale, sinking down into the hips. One more time, inhale, straighten the arms and straighten the legs, reach up, and then exhale, just let your arms shake out. Step your feet back in, shake out your feet, shake out your legs. And we're gonna come to a seated position. I'm gonna sit in my chair. So you can take a seat in your chair, sit on the edge of your chair. We're gonna do just a little hip opener. So take your right leg up, hold behind your thigh or in front of your knee. Just hug the leg in here, make some foot circles. Go both directions. Just give your leg a little hug, a little squeeze. Cross your right ankle above your left knee. And then you're going to take your hands and hold on. If you've ever ridden on a roller coaster, you know, when they like pull that latch down over your body, you're kind of holding on here. Pull on your shin lightly, lift your chest, and then begin to just fold forward. Reach your chest towards your shin. And just get a little stretch. You might feel it in the back of your hip, behind your thigh. Some people call that their butt. Some people call it their thigh. I don't know what you call it, but what do you feel? Mindfulness is just being aware, doing a little less, doing a little more, whatever feels good to you. Slowly lift back up and then hold your leg again, hold underneath the thigh, and just stretch your legs straight. Reach your legs straight. I'm just turning a little bit so you can see that. Kick your heel out and then lower your right leg down. Take your left leg up, hold behind the thigh or at the knee, rotate the foot a couple of times in each direction. Now, if you're in a situation where you can do this practice without your shoes on, try it someday. It is amazingly different. Your body has a lot more freedom without that restriction, but it's okay to do this practice when you're wearing shoes. It's not going to be better or worse. We're going to hug that leg in, just give it a little squeeze, and then cross your ankle over your knee. I'll often do this pose before or after I do car travel or airplane travel. It's a great release for the hip and the low back. So hold on to your shins, pull your chest forward, find that long spine, and then begin to reach your chest over your left shin, just until you feel some sensation in your leg. And you can drop the head. You can even open the jaw and let out an audible sigh. Inhaling, slowly lifting back up. Hold the back of your leg one more time. Just stretch your leg out, kind of reaching it straight. Press through the heel like you're kicking a ball. And then lower your left leg down. We're going to end with just a few moments practicing some seated meditation. You're welcome to take a seated position on the floor. I'm going to stay in my chair. I actually personally prefer meditating in a chair. It's more comfortable. I've got a pillow behind my body. So I've got one behind my back. And just, if you're in a chair, you're going to sit with your feet flat on the floor and your legs uncrossed. If you're on the floor, it's probably easier to have your legs crisscrossed. And then just bring your hands down, palms facing your thighs. It's kind of just a way of saying, yes, I am here, I am now, I am in the present. Feel your back lifting up straight and tall. Close your eyes. And just become a little bit quieter. Become just a little bit quieter. And just start to notice any sounds in the room around you. The sound of the air conditioner, the sounds from the street outside, other people. And see if you can notice those sounds without naming those sounds. Let your mind flow from sound to sound to sound. And just let your breath get a little bit gentler, a little bit quieter. Start to just notice the feeling or the sound that you're breathing. Sometimes we just have to turn off a lot of distractions before we can tune in and notice what's happening internally. A lot of the stress we carry is external. Just begin to notice your hands. And allow your fingers and your hands to become as soft and as gentle as your breath. Maybe unclench. And then let that softening sensation travel from your hands up through your arms into your shoulders. And effortlessly just feel the shoulders like ice melting into water. The shoulders soften just like the breath. Feeling the jaw and the neck and the chest. That softening sensation just spreading right into the center of your body. Feeling yourself a little more grounded, a little more centered. Bowing your chin towards your chest and just taking this moment to acknowledge and give yourself this moment, this pause. Thank yourself for taking this time. Slowly blink your eyes open, lift your chin. Thank you so much for practicing with me today. My name is Hannah. You can reach me or reach out to me if you have any questions, and I look forward to practicing with you again. Thank you so much.